Hello and welcome to the Danube University's KnowledgeCast series in Higher Education Management. My name is Attila Pausitz, head of the Center for University Continuing Education and Educational Management. Our guest today is Fernando Jimenez from the Politechnical University Valencia. He works for the Institute of Innovation and Knowledge Management, and in the same time Fernando is a faculty member of our European Summer School in Higher Education Management and Regional Development in Krems. I am going to discuss with Fernando the relationship between enterprises and universities and the idea of a transfer office at universities. Thank you for being with us today. The European Commission pressed very much the idea of the relationship and collaboration between enterprises and universities. Mm-hmm. How respond to this idea, your university in Valencia?
Well, it's a little bit old. It began in the 80s thanks to a change in the law that allowed teaching staff to participate in third stream university activities. So from that point in the time, the technology transfer office was set within the university, and then they began to push and to aware teaching staff about third stream activities and the relationship with business firms. And right now it's it's a political issue, and the regional government is really worried about the involvement of university with the business activities, how they can collaborate and cooperate in projects and the development of technologies that are useful for business. So it's a very hot issue right now.
On one hand, to set up such an office is of course an important issue, but on the other hand, how to motivate the academic staff or employees of the university to support this idea of the exchange between enterprises and the university?
That's much more difficult because the incentives for teaching staff are not addressed towards the third mission at the university. So they have to change their mind, and that has been very hard work from the Technology Transfer Office to aware teaching staff about the possibilities that these activities may have for them. For instance, the entrepreneurship support program at the university has had the chance, or has given the chance to researchers and teaching staff to create firms which was not recognized through the curricula to the promotion of the teachers at the university. So those things have been very important for the teaching staff, just to change their mind toward this sort of activities.
What is the response from the regional side? So the companies, how they see the university as a regional player? Mm-hmm.
That is also changing because the industrial tissue in Valencia, in the Autonomous Community of Valencia, is rather traditional in terms of it's mostly focused on textile industry, food and beverage industry. It's around 20% of industry, also tiles and ceramics. And those traditional industries were not very interested in what the university could offer to them. And that is something that the government is trying to change the mind of people, businessmen at those firms. So that's probably the most difficult part in this process of approaching businesses and the university. On the other hand, teaching staff has had the chance to collaborate with them, but it's still hard to approach and make them work together. So right now the government, the local and regional government, are trying to promote some political some policies, trying to come and let them work together. And it's a matter of long-term strategy, So we have to wait for maybe 5-10 years until we can get actual results from that strategy. So let's see if in 10 years or so, 15 maybe, we can talk about real and actual relationships between firms of the Valencian region and Valencia area and the 5 public universities in the territory. So it's still long time and long run to work.
And how is the relationship between those 5 public universities and the region? Is there a competition between the universities to get a contact to regional companies, or there is more collaboration?
Well, if I would be correct in political terms, I would say that they collaborate, but the real situation is not so beautiful. For instance, the Politechnical University of Valencia is offering right now business administration studies, which are also offered by the University of Valencia, which is just in front of the Polytechnic University, and they compete with each other. The same we could say about the University of Miguel Hernández in Elche and University of Alicante. They also have shared common studies and disciplines, and they compete instead of collaborate. But well, they have to change their minds and realize that the way is to collaborate and see whether they can establish common programs. There are some examples of those common programs on the 3rd level of education in terms of official masters and so on, that are combining people from 2 or 3 local universities, and just see whether that's the right direction they should pursue.
I see. And in the case of the Technology Transfer Center, would it be possible in the future that all 5 universities somehow work together in this, or is more the future that all 5 will separately have a technology transfer center and focus on that?
Well, each university has its own technology transfer office, as you probably know, but they usually meet together just to see what are the common problems that they have to face. And that should be a good solution if the teaching staff and businessmen would meet with them, but the problem is that they just work alone without any other background or any other feedback from both the teaching staff or the businessmen. So probably they are working together, much more together than probably other the universities, as I said before. But again, they had to compete for the money of contracts. So somehow they also are competing technology transfer offices. But I would say that they are much more collaborative than the universities in themselves.
So if you would give some suggestions to other universities, they try to set up or develop such a technology transfer office, what would you give them as a hint or?
Well, the message is you have first to sit together with all the stakeholders involved in the region, political stakeholders, social stakeholders, businessmen, probably the universities, of course, and maybe other stakeholders related to other parts of the society, the regional society, and see what are the tasks that they want to solve and the problems that they have to face. From that point, then it would be easier to set a technology transfer office that is really addressing the actual problems that the region is facing. Otherwise, you see other cases where technology transfer offices do not have any business within the university, because teaching staff is doing their research in things that are not the concern of the region. So for me, I guess that would be the first thing: sit them together and from that establish a good unit of technology transfer that really knows the problems in the region and has the right people to tackle those problems, basically. And from that point, maybe the time will say whether it's going to be a success or maybe it fails, but it needs some time, quite a lot of time, I would say.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. It has been a pleasure to be here with you.